Hi, Pratibhan. Hi, Surapto. Hi, Shilpa. Hi, Rajni. Please share a little note, a hello note on the message if you can type. Lovely to always hear from you all.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Tell us which city you're from. Tell us what happened today, an exciting thing, an exciting book that you read.
Hello, Hero ma'am.
Hello. Good evening. Hi, Manju.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Hello, Bindu from Ghaziabad. Hey, Bharti, where you traveling?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Hello. Hi, Ritu. Hi, Rajni. Oh, Bias is such a beautiful place. Rajni, you're a lucky woman staying in a lovely place. Hi, Radhika from Ghaziabad.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hi, Shweta.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, Purnima from Bhopal.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Hey, Sonia from Jalandhar. Wonderful. Cambridge School. Lovely.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Very well. Thank you, Sonia. What about you?
Me also fine. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hi, Charu.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Charu, is this a link shared in your group, Charu? Because these are free workshops. Could you share them in your group, Charu?
Sure, ma'am. I'll definitely share
Because a
it.
lot of people from the CBSE section is in your group. So I would appreciate if you would share it with them.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure. I'll do that.
Thank you, Charu. I will share it with you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Hiru. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I am good.
From Hong Kong.
Hey, are you coming this March again for the 21 seal?
No, not this time. Maybe next year, not this
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Already traveled too much. Hi, Lata. Good evening, Lata. Good evening, Yatin.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. So lovely to see you all. You must turn on your camera so one day we can take a good photograph of everyone. Charu, you're coming to Delhi. I hope to see you in December.
I'll be definitely there. Shivnada school, right?
Yes, I would like you to present as well. Send in your proposal.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. I'll do that.
Let's connect.
I'm just
After
going
this
back
call.
from school only to my
Yes,
home.
I
That's
can
why I'm
see.
on way. I don't
Yes.
want to miss the session, so I thought I'll join it with my phone only.
Wonderful, wonderful. So lovely. So grateful for you to join.
We are also so blessed, ma'am. Under your guidance, we are, learning so much.
Are Central Books,
Really.
the credit is Central Books. With the
Yeah,
help of Central Books, the Central Book will tell you a little bit about Central Books, and they're doing a lot of good work helping build libraries. They're also providing training. They're looking for consultants. They're also doing assessments of their library. So if you talk to them, they can take your entire library collection and do an assessment and send it to you as
yeah. I've texted sir regarding the catalogs as well.
wonderful, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Charu, let's
get
connect after this call. Please send me a message. I don't know if I have your number. I think my
All right.
phone has gone away. So message me and we'll connect.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely, for sure.
Okay. Thank you, Charu. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Akash ji, it's 4:32.
Yes, we can start.
We can start. All right, I'm going to share my screen and we are going to begin as usual on time. Oh, 1 second, I got the wrong screen. Okay. Is this the right screen?
Yes. That Chrome browser wala.
Okay, begin. Akash, is it correct?
Yes, ma'am. It's fine.
Thank you. Over to you, Akash.
So, good evening, everyone. It's great pleasure to have you, everyone, on the board. And it's our pleasure that we are conducting this webinar, and our motive and our goals we will be explaining today, and a little bit introduction, a detailed introduction, I would say. So first of all, I would like to introduce our parent company, which is CBSF Private Limited, formerly known as Central Books. So for over 7 decades, Central Books has been
मैं मीटिंग अटेंड ज्वाइन तो कर लेंगे मेरी चलती रहती है बेटा मेरी अपनी प्रोफेशनल
Hello.
Hello, is it audible? Huh?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So good evening, everyone. So for over 7 decades, Central Books has been more than just a name. It has been part of Indians' educational journey.
why not with a concept like that?
We have established in 1947 and we have grown with the nation, partnering with schools across CBSE, ICSE, and IB boards. From our headquarters in Hyderabad and our branches in Mumbai and Chennai, Central Books has always stood for trust, quality, and transformation. Today, under CBSF Private Limited, we combine our 78 years legacy with technology-driven innovations to empower schools nationwide. Because at Central Books, we don't just distribute learning materials. We help shape the way India learns. Uh, Ma'am, can you just move to the next slide? I would just want to explain our library vertical. Hiru, ma'am.
Is this a slide or next one?
Next one, ma'am. Next one.
Okay. This one?
Your screen is not moving, ma'am.
Is this the one? 3 strategic locations?
The second one, actually, your screen is not moving up. I think you have to stop and reshare. Yeah. The second one, ma'am, back. It's not moving.
This one?
Yeah, perfect. Not the other one, ma'am. The above one. Not this one, ma'am. This is the below one.
Is it
You
the
have
3
the heading.
strategic locations?
The second slide, the previous one.
Second.
Why choose CBS Library Solutions?
So it is CBS Library Solutions, so named as, not why choose.
Is this the slide? We save valuable time, proven experience, and technology means expertise. Akash?
Ma'am, the above one, ma'am. It's not. Just a moment. It's not
This
that one.
one?
Yeah, correct. This one. So
Okay.
sorry everyone. There was some gap. So we have recently introduced CBS Library Solutions Vertical. It is a ecosystem which is designed to modernize the school libraries. So think of it as a perfect blend of books and technology. Uh, what we offer. So there are four services what we offer. One is our curated book list, which are carefully designed by the experts' guidance, and one of them is Hiru ma'am. Uh, we design for all the curriculums like CBSE, IGCSE, ICSE, and IB schools. And also what we do is we ensure balancing the age, relevance, and perfect alignment with each school's curriculum. Apart from curation of the list, our Libex ERP software makes the cataloging, circulation, and reporting simple, smooth, and efficient way of handling the library inventory. Through librarian training webinars, we help educators embrace digital tools and modern library practices with confidence. And finally, our library audit services offer a schools a clear picture of collection, quality, categorization, systems, and usage effectiveness. So, what we do in short, I would say, is from selection to automation, CBS Library Solution covers it all. So, because we believe in we believe a library is not just a room of books; it is the heart of a learning ecosystem. So, I would I would make you understand why choose library solution, like what makes us different from other library service providers. The first thing is we save the time of the librarians. Why? Because librarians' time is valuable. We don't want them to spend the time in selecting the books and everything. We are keeping everything ready. So there we come. Our selections are created under the expert guidance of Hiru Bujwani ma'am and other leading education professionals, ensuring the every list reflects the best of educational thoughts and practices. We bring to the table 78 years of our legacy, a deep understanding of what schools truly need, and the power of our Lebex ERP, which is our own technology, transforms the library management completely. So, ma'am, can you move to the next slide?
Yes.
So, this is a nationwide presence. I would say that in
Hello.
last 18 months, hello?
Yes.
Yeah. So in last 18 months, we
Hello.
have touched 150 schools across 20 states. It is completely, we have covered the most of the parts of the India, and we will be having 100% coverage in the coming months. And our motive is together we want to make a library in such a way that the library doesn't need to spend such times on selecting books or managing the inventory and everything. That's all we are trying to do. So together, this makes CBS a unique partner where tech meets expertise. At CBS, we don't just supply books; we create learning experience that last. So if your school is ready to elevate its library, partner with CBS Library Solutions and let's build the library of tomorrow. So thank you. I hand over this call to Sushmita. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Akash. And Akash has forgotten to mention an incredible moment of pride for all of us at Central Books. They are delighted to share. I'm delighted to share on the behalf of Central Books that they have been honored as the All India Overall Outstanding Performance Schools segment awarded by the S. Chan Group at an annual dealer meet in 2025 at the Ho Chi Minh City at Vietnam. This recognition is not just an award, it's a celebration of Central Book's spirit, teamwork, and great dedication. With that, I'd like to invite our dear friend Sushmita Saha to share the best practices. And over to you, Sushmita. Introduce yourself and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hero. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. and for joining in on a Saturday evening, and of course to Central Books for giving this platform. A big congratulations from all of us. We've been at most of us, at least in our capacities, either as textbook users or storybook this thing, have been indebted to you. So congratulations to Team Central Books, and thank you, Hiru. So yes, so today
Can you introduce yourself, Sushmita, please, and then share your screen?
Yeah. To hello to everybody. Just like most of you, I'm a school librarian. I'm based in Hyderabad. I have been working in international and in CBSE schools. I worked with pre-primary, the elementary library, and also grade 6 to 12 libraries. And I think as librarians, we are constantly all the time learning from each other. So these sessions for me, I'm although presenting, I'm also here to learn, because I always feel that even when I present, when all of you are part of this presentation, there are always ideas that bounce and we learn from each other. So let's start. I'm excited to share something which I absolutely enjoy doing in my library. So let me bring this up. Okay.
ഈ ചാർജിന് വെച്ചാൽ മതി. ചാർജിന് വെക്ക്, അമ്മക്ക് അടുത്ത സെഷനിൽ വേണ്ടി വരും.
Friends, please mute your microphone if you're not talking.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, Sushmita, you're good to go.
All right. Let me also, because I was not able to see. Okay, I can see some of you now. Oh, great. Okay, so we've set. Oh, and I also like to thank Librarian too. How can we not thank? They are our support team. We are them. They are us. Like, we learn all the time because of this organization. Thank you so much for providing learning opportunities every time. And we, of course, we came to know so much about library Central Books today. So thank you again for that. And this is what I'll be talking about today. As I mentioned to you, this is something which I enjoy doing in my library. It's designing interactive bulletin boards to liven your library space. So when I just wanted to start with one incident. When I walked into the library space first, in the school, we had only bookshelves. So there were bookshelves all around the library walls. There was no space for any bulletin board. And slowly, I was able to move the bookshelves and create space for bulletin boards, because I strongly believe that whatever we do should be visible, even when we are there and even when we are not there, through bulletin boards. So how do we do that? And how can you advocate for having bulletin boards in your library, even if you don't have? Because I feel it is as important as having books in your library. So I'm just going to randomly ask, why do you think bulletin boards in the library matter? Now, I'm obviously very convinced and I enjoy doing them. So anybody, you can just unmute and we can take about 5 people and then we can go on. Just anybody, you can unmute and just say why you feel.
Hi, this is Taranum Sushmita. Hello.
Hi, Taranum. Thank you so much for the help so many times you've provided. So.
It actually, because I also try and engage through bulletin boards. So I think it gives a voice to the students, because when they see their work on the board, they feel so encouraged.
Okay, great. You brought an important point. We're going to remember this voice, children's voice, students' voice. Okay, can I have one more volunteer? Why do you think?
Good evening, ma'am. This is
Hi,
Savita.
Savita. Yeah.
To attract kids, ma'am.
Yes. So to make, to attract students in the library, to make library a welcoming space, fantastic. Okay. So we are remembering a student's voice, a warm and inviting space. And can I have one more volunteer? Anybody, just
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shashi Sharma. Actually, it provides a lot of information also, not only to the teachers and to the students, I think to all the staff.
Okay,
If we put
great.
a particular, if we put some particular pictures of a topic or something, then it really provides information, good information to them.
Great. So we have now information, we have warm space, and we have students' voice. All right. Anybody else? Last volunteer, because
I just want to say something.
yeah, go ahead.
It is a reader's reflection, I said.
Okay, can you expand on that bit? Because
That is, suppose if a child is writing any book review or they are doing any creativity in the library, we are going to display that. So they get motivated. Others also feel motivated that my work is displayed in the board.
great. So what we are actually seeing here is how Taranum mentioned students' voice and students' choice, because they are sharing what they have read. And if somebody, another, and they, in this way, they're motivating other students too. So a lot of collaboration is happening. It's like a supportive thing. Oh, I saw that you wrote about that book, or oh, that student read that book, so let me try that book. So you are building a community also. So great ideas. And I think that's why I always feel bulletin boards are equally important in a library, just the way books are. So it's just not only books, we need to make the space has to be welcoming. So let's okay, so here we are specifically talking about interactive bulletin boards. So when we all know what bulletin boards are, and when we talk about interactive, we are looking at something. I'm just going to read the words off here, like dynamic. Dynamic means they are always changing. They're hands-on, means they are something which the students have done. We've put it up, or you've written, put it up. It's collaborative. It could be a school project, like a whole class has together done something and put it. It encourages participation, because when students see somebody else doing it, that fosters that. And of course, it builds community. So all those similar things, we all have discussed that. So I'm so glad that we're all on the same page. Okay. Now, what are the challenges? This is again a big thing. Like, we have bulletin boards, but it's like, or bulletin boards, we have to do it up, and kaise karenge? And our biggest challenge always is time. Our timetables are packed, and when do we do the bulletin board? We are always, like shelving books or processing books or checking in, checking out. Time in here to do bulletin boards. And yeah, timetable. Always timetable is packed. When do we do it? And access to printer. I always used to feel, we don't have color printer, or I wish I had color printer, or I'm only allowed so many color printouts, or just even black and white printouts. So I'm like, kind of, oh, my boards are not so nice or something. And of course, there are always students in the library. We always have to check in, check out, and more students. But here in today's session, now these are the challenges that I have faced, and I've also found ways to go around it. So I hope that I'm just going to be sharing what my best practices were, because I strongly believe that despite all this, we can still get our bulletin boards up and make them informative, collaborative, and showcase student voice and choice. So let's see how we do. So first, I always feel that few of my boards have to be static. Static means they have to be kind of like permanent. Like ye to hona hi hai. I want these things in the library, come what may. So it could be the mission and vision of your school. So usually some schools already have that written, or you can pick it up from the school diary, school almanac, or something. Sometimes they even have printouts, which if you ask the school management, they'll give it and you can put it up, because remember, the library is a central place. It's not like grade 1B or something. It's not like one class. It's a central, it's the biggest classroom in the school. It's the one place that everybody eventually goes to. Like every student will come, like will go to the library. Many times parents are brought to the library as part of the school visit and things. So these things must be there. Schools also have core values. You can put that up. Learner profiles. Now, I know learner profile is a very, very IB school terminology. If you're coming from an IB school, you're going to put that up. But if you're coming from a CBSE school, CBSE schools also has something very similar to learner profiles. And I will tell you where we can find that, because it's very similar. It's so similar that I've done both. I've been in IB, I've been in CBSE. So I was like, "Hey, this is the same thing." So I was like very happy to know that this is something that we can, that in the CBSE's school libraries also we can do. And everybody knows essential agreements, which are basically rules of the library. And it's always nicer to use positive, language. We need to be very mindful of the words that we use in the library. So I like essential agreements rather than rules. It just makes more for a collaborative approach. Like, okay, together we are agreeing to, shall put our books back after we read it. So things like that. Library word wall or vocabulary, these are something that we can always have. And something about author visits. So author visit is like, in case you had an author visit to your school, any kind of author, a small time author, just somebody's mom who's written a book, who's done that. I always make a little poster of it and I put it down. And then subsequently, when I have another one, so this goes underneath it. So it just creates that, and it's always there. So static means these kind of information are always there in the library. So I know that this is something that I don't have to move. So initially, if you're starting from scratch, if you have these things, your library is already looking very very bright, very warm, very colorful. So you've got a start off point. And then the next ones are the dynamic ones, or the ones which keep moving, which keep changing. You could have a monthly display. If you're doing a theme, you can do that. Author birthday, celebrations, occasions. And from the newspapers, I really like that because how many of you get the Times of India NIE or the Hindu Young World as part of your school? So I can see some raised hands. Great. So now these newspapers actually also have a lot of information. They have author birthdays, they have, or special occasions or things like that. And we always get a copy for the library, and you can always cut them and keep them and then use them on your bulletin board. So how do you structure these dynamic or the board information which keeps moving? So as you know, first is like you have 1 second, like the monthly and seasonal things. You can look up at certain, like if you already have something that you do, then you already know that, okay, in December I'm going to do this, in January I'm going to do this. But if you're not very sure, it's always a good idea to make a library curriculum or a curriculum guide. So you kind of map what you're going to do for the entire month. Things can go up or down. Like you can obviously increase the activities or things that you want to do. You can bring some things down. But if you have a rough guide or an idea, it really helps. And I will be also sharing you a resource where most of these things will be found. So there is a curated library curriculum or a guide and a monthly author list and things like that, author birthday list. So at the end of the slide, so you don't really have to, worry. I hope you're all just sitting back and enjoying, because all the resources will be there right at the end and you can get it. So that will help you map that, oh, chalo, I can do this author this month, falana author, falana month. So I'm kind of like, I'm mapping what I need to do for my entire academic year. So once that is done, it kind of helps you. So and you've got your newspaper cuttings and things like that to plan. So now I always like to what does it say? Rephrase it for the library. This actually goes for our mission and vision and the learner profile things. Like all those things are there for the entire school or for children. But I always like to rephrase it for the library. Like how will that work for in the library? So we'll be looking at an example here and we'll see this. Oh, okay. We'll see some things which we have also most of the time on display. Now, this is from online. This is a picture of a very nice activity that we saw online. It's about having the storybook characters and a box, and this was always there in the library. So children, in the elementary library, children could recognize the characters, and or whenever they did a story, the character would go up, and then the children were required to write it. So this becomes something like a static thing, like which is always there, but it allows for students to interact with what it is there. So it's not just rules which are stuck there. So, every time the librarian would talk about, say, the pigeon, and the pigeon books would show that, oh, I know the pigeon lives in the library, or there is the pigeon in the library, or can you spot the picture of the pigeon in the library, and children get to see that it's there. And then you say, do you know that the pigeon is waiting for you to write to her? And so what is this? So although this is a static board, this board is allowing a lot of interaction to happen. Now, this is what I was talking about when I was saying that library alphabet.
From all viruses, it's only for 219.
Okay.
And it will keep my phone.
Excuse me.
Apple
Can you
Care.
please mute yourself?
I don't think so. हाँ.
Every month pay चलना.
नहीं.
Akash, can you mute everyone, please?
ठीक है, मैं automatic वाला छोड़ देती हूँ, but it will keep my phone safe from viruses.
Remove that automatic one.
Mute everyone and then only unmute
Anirudh,
Sushmita.
mute everyone.
Remove that automatic.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is done. Everyone is on mute. So
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
Sushmita.
great. So we just carry on. So this is the alphabet wall. I really liked it because it's something similar to what our students are used to. But again, it was online. You can take parts of it, and you can make it one by one and put it up. So again, these are small things that you can do to put up on your board. So you already, you have these things which are not dependent on a monthly display or something like that. Obviously parts of a book and parts of a story element, these kind of things you can do. Now these obviously I picked up online, but they are all hyperlinked, which means that you can click on it and it'll take you to the site where you can actually go ahead and take a color printout or download it and do it. But this is what I always feel is the most important thing, is make it as per your own library's need. So if I'm not going to talk about, say, historical fiction in my library, suppose my library is only for small littles, like it's a junior school library, I'm not talking about historical fiction, I'm not going to use that in my word wall. So be specific. If I do not have any Elephant and Piggy stories, I'm not going to put Elephant and Piggy in that mail time picture. If you see, there is a Pete the cat, the blue cat, and right below there is an Elephant and Piggy. So if I don't have any Elephant and Piggy books, I'm not going to put that. I'm going to put the characters that I've used it. So even if you're picking something from online, just make it as per your own library. Okay, where are we? All right. This was the example of the learner profile. So one of the learner profiles is reflective, and this is what it says. And how do I be reflective in the library? Like, this is just the general definition of reflective, being reflective. And so this is how it says for being reflective in the library. Now you would think that, oh my God. So there are parts of it. If you see reflective, so this is a poster that I created, and it says being reflective means thinking about how your actions affect others. So with books, how it would do, like I handle books gently and return them on time. I keep books clean and safe for others to enjoy. How would I be reflective with reading? I choose books that challenge and inspire me. I reflect on what I've read and share my thoughts. With behavior, I speak softly and respect others' space. I use library resources responsibly and help create a calm, welcoming environment. Now, you don't have to use all of them, and you don't even have to take this from, it's very simple. Take this definition of reflective, go to your preferred AI platform and ask them to create a poster for you. So I basically just used Meta to do that. Got my words, added the things. So again, you don't have to do all this, however little or however much you want to do for whichever grades you want to do it. But I really want you to customize it for the library, because children might have read this in another classroom, so they know already that what reflective is, but to be specifically, and that actually is part of your like the essential agreements also. So everything kind of seamlessly blends, and this is not really this wouldn't take a lot of your time. You have the documents where you can pick up the learner profiles, and you just go to any preferred AI platform, ask them, give your prompts. That means specify which grade, for which grade you want, and things like that. Do it, and then you can just start small and then go ahead and do it. So
I put the learner profiles, CBSE learner profiles in the chat.
okay, great. It's yeah, I'll be coming to that. It's there in the librarian this thing also. So design principles, whenever we are doing our bulletin boards, I just remember the basic design principle. There should be visibility. The font should be something which is readable. There should be spacing, so don't club all the letters together, otherwise it all looks like one word and it's kind of difficult to read. These are just basic general principles, but just going through. And if there is an instruction for, remember, go back to the letter writing, the post box or mailbox board. The instructions has to be very clear. Why? Because we want students to independently be able to go to the board, read the instructions, and then do it. It shouldn't be that you are standing next to the board again explaining them what it. I mean, you would have to obviously do it for some grades, but more or less, once you've done it and it kind of stays, students can on their own read it and understand and do it. So don't give too much or be unclear about certain thing. And also, if you want them to respond, be very specific about what space you want. And here I have an example. This is something which is very common. I think you must have seen this also online many times. So this is an activity that our kids absolutely love it. And usually I do it in the month of January, or in the first month when they are back from school holidays. So usually we have all these books, and they just have to find the books that have these first lines. So prizes for those that get all correct. So there's not much specific. They're all numbered. They're the first lines, just basic printing, and then we stuck it on colored paper and put it. So again, this kind of stays in one corner in the library, and we have children doing it over months. So, some people just do it off in first month, but some people slowly get, warmed up to the idea. And it's something that makes them go to these books, because they're suddenly very excited to know. See, the main purpose of all our bulletin boards is that it should somehow, somewhere lead them to books, to reading. And this was one. You feel free to solve that if you want to. It's a fun thing if you have read those books. Okay. Now, obviously, we are in a library and not an art room. So your bulletin boards don't have to be very beautiful. So don't ever, stress yourself that, oh, I don't have colored paper. I don't have, any fancy, those kind of papers to make my bulletin boards. Yeah, and also look beyond bulletin boards. Sometimes we don't have space for bulletin boards. So I'll just again tell you an example. In the beginning, I didn't have space. And then when I did have space, we just got lots of books. So we had to have more bookshelves. So again, the wall space was gone. So we started using the tables. We would just put the thing on the table, and students would come and just read it off the table. So okay, and what can you use on the bulletin boards? Obviously, some people make a background. If you put a background, you can use a chart paper, or whatever is your school policy, because I know some schools have that it has to be a newspaper. Some it should not be a fresh paper. Whatever it is, follow your school's policy. But I've always felt that just keeping the background plain helps, because the library bulletin board has a lot of things for children to read, because that's what we want. And if that affects with what you're using in the background, there is a conflict happening, and in foreground background conflict. So it's better to just keep it plain. In my condition, many times I just kept it blank. Like I didn't put anything. You saw in the previous one, it was just the gray bulletin board, and on top put that. Did it make my bulletin boards less attractive? I don't think so. Did anybody say that, oh, your library boards are so, like not colorful? Nobody commented. I mean, I don't think so anybody realized that I hadn't put it. So just you don't have to stress about the background. Borders, I always try to put borders. I try to put newspaper borders or, borders from magazines, because children, I don't know why, the minute I do it, everybody's reading that. Or you can just put borders which would have quotes from books. There was a group in my school, the English department put a very beautiful bulletin board where they had the borders of all quotes by Shakespeare, and that inspired me. And then when I did one of the boards, I actually put that. So you could have borders. Borders are small, so it's not a big thing. So just a small narrow strip, so you can put also information there. Obviously, text and labels. You can also use old desk calendars. I love them because they sit on the desk and you can flip them over. You can stick things over it. You can remove it. I've been using them all the time, and I ask my neighbors, put them in your family WhatsApp group or your society WhatsApp group and ask for them and put information there. Wall calendars, because they're like flip things. So you can stick them, put it, and then, for example, just information about an author, because this author's birthday is going to come every year, or you're going to celebrate him every year. So you have this already with you. So yeah, this is what I also used as background borders sometimes, like pages of old books or newspapers or magazines. I've also used brown paper bags. Nowadays, we have so many brown paper bags coming up, shopping bags. So they make interesting ones. So. And on the bulletin boards, apart from the regular chart paper and all, I like these flip charts too. So I did not know about it till I was in a certain school. And so these flip charts are basically this. If you don't know what flip charts are, they're easily available online through Amazon also. There's a whole roll of them. It looks like a calendar. One side is all plain. The other side could be either like a maths notebook, like a ruled, or like an English notebook ruled. So what it does is that whatever I put in the information, I can hang it like a calendar, and then I can, flip it to whatever's coming next. So usually what happens with a chart paper is when I put it and I take it out, kind of tears, and then, storage is an issue and things like that. So having a flip chart, I've got my information, whatever I prepared, roll it up or put it back. So I just found it very practical. And okay, so these are some ideas. Now, these are interactive ones. And when I put it on, now this one doesn't have any specific guidance to the students to do what. So they just read this. And the first one, I usually put it. So like reading is awesome. I put a small thing. I never put my name, and reading is awful. And I put it, and I kind of just leave it. And you'll be surprised. Students just walk in and, have a Ziploc bag or just a paper bag full of these yellow paper and a glue stick stuck on the bulletin board itself, so they can take it, write it, and put it. So, and it's always fun because they're always standing and reading this. Now, this obviously is can be static because it can go on for a long time. You don't have to change it often, and it's yet interactive. And these were the ones which are more like based on seasonal ones. So as you know, these are Dr. Seuss's characters. So we had a game. So we had even older students going back to the books, Dr. Seuss's books, to try to identify the characters. And if you see my very drab gray backgrounds, I did not put a background at all. So I just had so much of stuff going on now. And this, obviously, in the beginning we spoke about making sure that our libraries, our bulletin boards reflect our students' voice, choice, and agency. And the best way, obviously, student recommendations. In the beginning, when I asked, many of you did say that. So always tell us about your favorite book, or just have children do that. Even staff picks. You just ask teachers to share what they love to read. And this was a big hit when we did this. And whole class favorites. Sometimes I remember we got new bookshelves. We hadn't yet processed the books, but the bookshelves were all empty. So we covered the bookshelves with chart paper, and we gave one chart paper to one grade actually. And they wrote down, so the whole 11 A's favorite books, and all of them just wrote down, and we stuck that entire thing. So these are some, this was not on the board. We actually did this on the table. So this was part of the Jarul Book Awards, which we did a couple of years back. They had 3 books, and we wanted to find out why did they vote for whichever book. And we had students write it down. So, and they loved writing it down. They loved reading what other people. So again, this is something which is showcasing students' voice. So again, it's not very artistic. I love to do artwork, but I don't know when it comes to library and this thing. So this again doesn't take time. So what I'm trying to share with you is that with our limited resources, limited time, this is something we can always keep doing it. And students don't seem to notice much of a difference, but it provides for a very vibrant library atmosphere, because students want to know what is it that's on the board, what is there something that they can do, and a sense of community. Oh, what did they write? Oh, why did they vote for that? So there's a lot of things happening now here too.
So
Sorry.
Shweta, I'm just going to add 1 minute. Sorry to interrupt. I've put the Jarul Book Awards register. It's on. So if you're interested in registering and learning more about Jarul Book Award, please go to the form and fill it out. It's in the chat. Thank you. Sorry,
Thank you.
Sushmita.
Thank you. No. Thank you for that. So this one is like, as you can see, a very basic one, Roald Dahl's birthday. It was just a shoebox that I had it covered, and you can see shoebox also can be pinned directly to the softboard. And the paper is there in a page protector. They just have to write their favorite books and drop it there. So something and again, you can save that poster. You put that colored printout which you took out back in the same page protector and file it. So for next year again, you have it. So you don't have to print every time. And because if you have access to a color printer and unlimited times you can print out, it's fantastic. But I know sometimes we work through in certain schools, through certain limitations. So just sharing that. And this was fun. Kids would row to it. I always try to do this, like leave notes of encouragement for our participants. So we had our students take part in the Neve reading challenge. They do it every year. And this was just a basic thing. So I just led this, and we finished like so many of them. So students from other classes or those who were not participating, when they came to know what it was all about, they started leaving all that. So again, this is something which involves so much of, there's a community participation happening, and students like to see that, participants like to see that. So, again, it doesn't take much of your time to do these kind of things. Again, for this one, I literally put it up on a clipboard, like an exam board, and it's on my desk. So it's not exactly a bulletin board, but it is a public display thing, because eventually when this got all done, filled up, I actually put it up on the board. So again, something which can keep happening as things keep happening in your library. So now this is an example of what was happening. We had, as you can see, my board doesn't even look cohesive. There are so many things going on, but things that always have children going into books and things like that. So we had pictures of Tintin characters, and the children just had to identify them. So they all pulled out all the Tintin books and they kept doing it. So again, not very beautiful, and even my borders are like just old newspaper, those brown paper bags, but all the time. And these color printout of the Tintin characters, I just again store them back in a Ziploc for next January. So Tintin's birthday, it's usually celebrated on 10th January. So again here, what happened? Something happened. Right here. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is basically something which happened in the month of August. So it's Independence Day. So I just put out all those Indian books, and I just, I don't know what happened. I didn't have anything or no creative ideas. So I just hung a, yarn, put the books, and that became a bulletin board. So, but you see how it changes monthly. It doesn't involve a lot of, like all those things that are time in hai, there's so many kids, what to do. And it was bringing everybody back to the book. I always say that what is the aim of what I'm doing? It should always lead my students back to books. So this is what happened. And then I just put a that brown paper we use for covering. I put that down. I had them, there was a question, and the question was like, what is independence, I think, or what are the words that, mean to you or something. And we had students, responding to that. And suddenly all those books were being read. I mean, not, so all kind of bulletin boards are part of what becomes a bulletin board. Okay, and these were some vocabulary words we picked up, and I just asked the students to draw pictures that match with those words. So with my middle school and high school students, and again, they're all put in page protectors, so I can put them anywhere, I can remove them, I can put it, and I can again bring them back the next academic year or something like that. And the prize winning entries, you see students had actually given their artwork and then they get to have a prize. So it's not specific that, oh, I have to do this particular month. It's suddenly I found those words, suddenly found those meanings, and had them. So it's like a static but an interactive thing.
Sushmita, it's 5:17.
I know we are going for time. Yeah, I saw that. So I'll just quickly
Thank
go
you.
through some of the pictures here. So lots of poem things. We just hang a picture and have children respond by writing poems. And this was the teacher one where we had a picture of our teachers. And when you open it up, it had the book which they love or they're currently reading or what they like to read during this thing. And remember, I said that try to make it your own. So, so in the junior library, our librarians, they read these stories and they had students respond to these rather than those ones there. So they had children write letters to the characters there. And always I tell everybody is to, where did we go, is to take pictures, like just discipline yourself, take pictures of your bulletin boards, even as they are blank, and then when students using them, share it with everybody, save all the pictures on a digital folder, you can label them. So it just creates for a lot of advocacy. Share it in all your groups, make sure everybody knows. Store everything. This is also equally important. You can keep using the same things again and again, in using box files and all these things. So I've used these, so I'm just sharing because always it happens that last year itna acha kiya tha, now I don't even have time, but if you had it, it's so easy to pull it out and use it. And I think Hero's already shared the learner profiles and the curriculum guide. You can find it in the librarian, the Library Matters. If you're part of Library Matters also, it's there. And this site here, the suggested reads by Parag initiatives, is the place where you can go for if you want to know, special occasions or things like that, and you want to do, and which book do you think will go with that. They have a very nice curated one with Indian books. And thank you. I would really like to thank Library Matters also for always helping. I like like the community. You throw in a question and somebody's always there to answer. And you can also follow me on my personal Instagram, this thing, which is Shweta Books. I do book reviews. So obviously, if you have any questions or suggestions or anything, time permitting, I know we're bound by time. We can always continue the conversation in Library Matters.
Thank you very much, Sushweta. We are so grateful for you to share all this wonderful work. In fact, I've learned so much. I'm so excited and so grateful to you too. I'm sharing the feedback form today, and while we share the form, please note one more thing. If you sign up, there's a feedback form right here as a end of your poll. So please go ahead and fill the feedback form. That's a great idea, Akash. I love it. And if you have any questions, you're free to unmute your microphone and ask Sushweta. Wonderful session. Thank you, Sushweta. Wonderful session. Superb, excellent, useful session, ma'am. Thank you. Oh,
Anirudh, unmute all the participants' microphones.
I'm going to stop sharing now. Shall I? I hope everybody's got the feedback.
Yes, you can stop sharing the screen. The feedback form is already on the poll as a quiz. And you're welcome to ask questions. Sushmita is here to answer all your questions, and we are here to support you. And if you want any other sessions, something that you really, really want to learn, please drop in an email or WhatsApp me or send an email to Library Solutions. We'll be happy to help you. But please know, every Saturday, we will have a session from 4:30 to 5:30. If you have signed up for the session, please look in your junk mail, spam mail to ensure that you get the Zoom link. It's always shared twice and 3 times before the day of the event. So please, please, please check your spam mail before you send an email to Library Solutions or any of us.
I can see in the chat box many people have shared pictures of their bulletin boards. It'll be really nice if I don't know, are they on in Library Matters? Like how does that work? Because then we can continue the conversation there and get ideas and share stuff. So.
Sushmita, Sonali says, thank you so much for an information session. Sonia says, thank you. Sandhya says, very informative session. Manju says, please share the link in the chat box. Falguni says, very useful session. Thank you very much. Wonderful session. Sushmita says, Anita. Aarti says, excellent session. Wonderful session. Thank you. All praises to you, Sushmita, and thank you so much for taking the time and being a part of this beautiful community.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm just sorry we all went overboard with time.
Please feel free to unmute your microphone to ask a question. Also, please know you will get, it takes 2 days, sometimes 3 days for you to get your certificate. So if you don't get your certificate on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, please wait until Wednesday before you shoot out an email to Library Solutions asking for your certificate. Please check your spam as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello. Ma'am. May I? Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, please, Akash, go ahead.
Can I ask a query?
Yes,
please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I am taking the class of live period basically from 9 to 12. So, engaging those students and promoting reading for them, it is difficult for me to engage them. So, which type of activities we can plan and to share information for them?
Yeah, there are actually lots of good engaging ones because they're almost adults, but I think we'll have to keep that for another session. We'll
Yes, that's a
definitely.
long discussion. This was bulletin boards, but yes, there are certain strategies. And most importantly, today I was attending a TED Talk and I also attended a Lit Fest this morning. And the discussion was exactly what you're asking. And the first thing they said, and they must have said it 10 times in that 1-hour presentation, librarians have to read first. We will read and we must model and share what we are reading with the children. If we don't share and talk about reading and books and stories, we cannot tell them, take a book and read. We have to model it both for themselves and for us. That's another
I'll just give you.
conversation.
Yeah, we'll just give a quick thing. I always have a shoebox with the book that I'm currently reading. And I put it right on my desk, the circulation desk. So with the older kids, because I read books for younger kids also, but I obviously read books for older students. And those older students are always interested in reading, knowing what I'm reading. And some of them sometimes are my personal books. So they'll ask about it and then it starts a conversation. And then, so that itself is like an activity or like a showcase thing. So, but definitely we will talk about how to engage senior students in another session. But I'm totally with you regarding the query and this thing that for for senior school students, it's a bit challenging.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I just want to quickly add this. Thank you, Sushmita. It was a lovely session. I just second what you have said and what Hiru has mentioned about librarians reading. Whatever little time we have, we can do a little bit book review. It doesn't have to be in a big bulletin session, like, just, oh, this is what I was reading over the holidays or over the weekend, and this is what the book is all about, and what were you reading? And it will just take a 5 minutes or 10 minutes of a library session to do that, than having a big session. And I was with a secondary school before, and then one of the English teachers, so she used to bring the class to the library, and what they would all sit and read for 20 minutes, and after that the teacher would discuss whatever she was reading, and then the students will so the 20 minutes you are not pretending to read, but you are actually reading because you need to discuss about it after that. It will be just a sentence or about, oh, what was you curious about this book, or what was the character that you felt more connected with, or it could be very simple like that. Yeah, just thought I will add that. But lovely session. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Very well
Thank you
said.
for, yeah.
That is perfect. That is really, Hema, what we need to do is have open discussions about history, politics, social, and connect it with the book that you're reading, or a magazine or newspaper or something. It's a discussion that will lead to deeper learning and deeper reading.
Sushmita Miss, this is Barnali. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, tell me, Manali.
Yeah, I just wanted to know that this interactive boards which you are putting it on in your school, so you are keeping this board for how long? Means for how many days you are keeping this board for the students to do it?
Yeah, okay, so this is what happens. For example, if it's just, if it's related to a particular thing, like, sharing your favorite, Roald Dahl book, like which was there in one of the pictures. So when his birthday month is over, I take it off, or after 1 week, I take it off. But if it's a little bigger thing, like reading is awesome, or when reading is awful, that kind of a thing, I kind of keep it till it's full. Once the paper is full or the chart paper is full, I take it off. Sometimes, it falls flat, like the idea does not go. Nobody's responding for whatever reason. So then also I remove it. So there is no hard and fast rule as to which one should be there for how long. But definitely when it comes to time bound things like authors' birthdays or some things like that, then I try to, just keep it uh, for a week or a month, depending on the student's interest, and then change it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah. There any other questions or
If you have filled the form, you're welcome to leave. If you want to stay back and chat with Sushmita, she's here to chat. If you have questions, you can stay back and ask her questions. We will be here for another 5 more minutes.
Could I ask one question?
Absolutely.
What height the bulletin boards be at? Sometimes I see them not comfortable for the children to read. So,
Yeah,
if
so basically it depends on the school management or whatever. So if you can ask them to put it down, for example, for senior students, it doesn't really make a difference. Some of them are like as tall as a board, so it's okay. But for a junior school, suppose you feel that it's way high, you can request them to put it down. If not, see, this is what I do. So with the board which cannot be removed and it's way up, I just put big things which kind of stay forever. For example, the school's mission, those learner profile, things like that, which is nice and big, and we keep it on top. But lower, right below the board where it is hanging right at the edge, then I put the other things which they can actually read. So, or you can hang it from a string, and then it, with a yarn, with a wool or something, and so that it falls down to the level of the height of your students. So work around what works, and I'm sure, like we all are creative. So
thank you. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm Sarita from Chennai. Is it audible to you, ma'am?
Yes, Sarita, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to know about that library word wall. What is it exactly like?
Those are just vocabulary words, words that we commonly use. So it usually it works a lot in junior and middle school. For example, fiction, author, illustrator. So we just make a picture out of it. Once you obviously when you talk about that particular word to your students, then you can, you can do it on a A4 paper also. Tell them an author is somebody who writes. You have author written, and then you can just put it up. You can have it with pictures. You can just have the word also, just author written, and put it up with the explanation of who the author is, who an illustrator is, things like that. So just word wall means words that we use in the library, or words that specifically you will find related to books and library.
Okay, thank you.
And Savita, just to add to that, we just don't want to use a word storybook. Every time we hear that, take this storybook, take that storybook, and then we can create a word wall for the different genres. So children develop the vocabulary to use the right vocabulary when they're talking about books. So today I read a science fiction. So you put a picture for science fiction and a book and little elements. So they begin to use that vocabulary. That is the purpose of the word wall. So the word wall can be used in many ways. It's just a wall with different words that you want to help develop the vocabulary. Instead of
Got it.
using the word storybook all the time for everything.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Got it, ma'am. I'm dealing with most of the primary and middle school students, so I
Yeah.
just wanted to use this thing.
Yes, it's like a
I
visual,
thought earlier,
like
it is like students who are reading, they will put up the new word which they learn and they can write it down. So just to clarify that, I asked this question.
Yeah, that's another purpose of a word wall.
Okay.
There are different
it's
purposes of word
totally,
wall.
yeah, totally how you
Yeah.
want to
How we
structure
use
it.
it.
Yeah, if you want to use it that way also, it's not wrong.
Yeah.
This one was just to introduce all these vocabulary words and to keep it always there. So, like since especially you're working with smaller children, it's like a sight word, at least they see, okay,
Yes, yes. Understood,
yeah.
ma'am. Thank you.
And you don't
And
have to change it all the time. So that is again one purpose, no? And otherwise, every time you have to think that, oh, I have to change it. So you can slowly start building the word wall, and throughout the academic year, you can keep adding the words as you introduce it. So
one more thing, like in classrooms, when the subject period starts, the practice is there, like they will start with some uh, uh, reciting, like math period may start with the reciting the tables. So like that in the library, I want to go for some small rhythmic couplets to tell them that, yeah, this is the library. First, you follow the rule, then we will go for the reading. So like that, I'm searching some ideas regarding that. If anything is
So
there.
what we'll probably definitely, not probably, we'll definitely have another session where we talk about activities specific to, say, elementary student, lower elementary, upper elementary, and for the high school, middle school. So where we will brainstorm and share lots of these ideas. So because this particular session was
Yes,
mostly for
related to bulletin.
yeah.
Thank you so much
No
for
worries.
a wonderful session, ma'am.
Excuse me,
Hiru.
ma'am.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, this is Tripti from Guardian Miscal Hyderabad. I'm PYP librarian. Ma'am, actually, in library, I have a very big size magnetic board. So I'm bit confused how to decorate that board. It's very big actually. It's 15 feet long and 10 feet high.
Well, so I mean, my suggestion would be the same thing. You can have the big things put on top, like maybe the learner profiles or things like that on the top. And right in the middle, you can do something which is like a monthly thing, like just put that, like say you're doing one author study you're doing. So you can put, say, that author's picture. Suppose you're doing
Okay.
that, and right below, which is the student's height, which they can read, whatever they have written, those things you can stick down. So like that, you have
Okay.
covered their entire wall. Yeah.
Okay.
And Tripti,
Thank you so
also
much.
what we could do, maybe you could recommend if the wall is really huge, as you're saying, you can make
Yes.
partitions of the wall. So you can have different things. They can have different colors. So you can have one genre, you can have one word wall, you have author birthday. So you can divide that big wall into 4 or 5 segments.
Okay.
Uh,
But ma'am, actually, I have to use only magnetic things.
That's okay. You can take a
That is,
you can take a thin paper
okay.
and make a little partition.
That will work. Yes, ma'am. That will work.
So
Thank you
you
so
have a
much.
pink paper in between, so they can differentiate between 2 or 3 partitions.
That will work. Then, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions?
There's a comment here. Smita says they start every class with a Saraswati prayer, and it really helps to bring the class together. That's an excellent idea, Smita. If your school, like you said, supports prayers, then that's fine, I guess. But whatever your system of your school is best to follow that, because we are working in the school and we are working towards the vision and the mission of the school.
Yeah.
The school is believes in another form of whatever system, then that's what you need to be careful what system the school follows.
Do we have any more questions, or we can then pick
Yes, it's 5:37. Thank you for filling up the form, and see you next Saturday, same time, same place. And once again, thank you, Sushweta. And
Thank you, Hero, for being there.
folks
So, thank you,
supporting.
everybody. Thank you, Central Books.
Thank you, Sushweta.
For giving the platform. Really nice.
From
Really
pleasure. Thank you very much. Thanks all the participants. Thank you, Hiroji.
Thank you, Ravindraji. Thank you, Sushweta. Thank you, Central Books. And goodbye. See you
Bye-bye.
next week. Same time, same place. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Akash?
So I think Akash is not in the call.
All right. Is there any questions, or we can close this meeting? It's 5:40.
Yes, ma'am. Like we can close this session. Like I'm just waiting for everyone to leave the call so that I can end the poll.
You will have to go to stop the recording.
Yes.
And you can also close the meeting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Done.
And you can close the meeting.
Yes, yes. I'm just waiting for the people to leave so that the poll.
You can close it without them leaving.
Done.
Please exit the meeting so we can close the meeting, everyone. Thank you very much. See you next time.